Hi Taurus, this is your horoscope for March 2017. Thanks for joining me. Now, Pluto and Jupiter square each other all month, and a square is basically when two planets are 90 degrees apart. Jupiter is the planet of good luck and good fortune, and that sits in your sixth house of work and day-to-day routine. And Pluto is the planet of transformation and change, and that's in Capricorn in your ninth house of travel and education and change. So really what this does, this square, there's friction between what it is you're doing in your everyday life now and what that looks like and what you want to be doing, what the future could look like. And I really think that you're dreaming about what could be. And the good news is that there's real potential for you to hear something or pick something up via another person that will give you information and guidance as to where it is you're meant to be going in future, whether you should learn new skills or whether you want to do something else completely different or whether you want to move. The opportunities come via other people, and there's a lot of potential for transformation in those areas of your life. So pay attention to that. If you haven't been clear on what the future holds in that sense, you'll get some information via the other people in your life. Now, from the 20th of February until the 10th of March, we've had the Sun conjuncting, and we will continue to have the Sun conjuncting Neptune. And when two planets conjunct each other, they sit right on top of each other and they blend their energies. It's a special blend. So the Sun in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces has made things really kind of ethereal in nature and really focused on the past and focused on what has been and the emotions and the intuition. So you'll have noticed that February was a pretty emotional time, a pretty emotional month, and it's not been very practical. So you as an earth sign, you may have felt out of sorts lately. Now, when this conjunction stops on the 10th of March, you'll start to feel like things are getting back to normal. Issues that you thought you had dealt with may have reappeared in February. And you would have had to deal with those again, and that's never pleasant. But now when this conjunction ends, we're getting back to planet Earth, we're getting back to real life, and you'll feel like you're not focusing on the past so much, and you're actually able to look at the future again. From the 4th of March until the 14th of April, Venus, your ruler, is in Aries, and it goes into retrograde. Now this is important, it only goes into retrograde once every year and a half. So it's pretty significant, and it's a personal planet as well. And for you particularly, because it's your ruling planet, it's important that it goes in retrograde. The things to avoid during a Venus retrograde is to plan a wedding or to have a wedding during this period, to launch a new business, to start a new kind of enterprise, a new beginning in terms of any sort of work or any project that you really love and care about. Avoid doing it during the Venus retrogrades because it will be plagued with problems. What it's good for is to end relationships which are problematic, which you haven't been able to get out of. So if you've had a relationship where it's been negative, but you keep going back and you feel like, oh, I'm not strong enough to leave this person, use the Venus retrograde energy to cut the ties once and for all and to be free of it. On the 12th of March, we've got the full moon in Virgo, and that happens in your 5th house of romantic relationships. So that's interesting because one, the full moon showers us with Virgo energy. Virgo is one of your neighbors, it's an earth sign, so that's positive in itself because you'll start to feel like life makes more sense again, and it's not just all about feelings and the past and problems and blah blah blah. It's much more about, being creative and what can I do in the here and now, and how can I make some money, and how can I enjoy my body and all of that stuff. It's in your 5th house of romance though, so be careful. There's potential for romantic things to appear, but meeting new people during a Venus retrograde is tricky because they appear to be perfect, and in hindsight they turn out not to be perfect. I want to qualify that because none of us are perfect, okay? And if you're waiting for the perfect person, you'll be alone forever. But really, the people you meet during Venus retrogrades are the ones who seem perfect and then steal all your money, or seem to be wonderful but then just try and get onto your lease, or it's people have ulterior motives, and it's very likely that you attract people with ulterior motives who you wish you'd never met during Venus retrograde. So be careful, you particularly, because it's in your 5th house, romance is heightened. On the 21st of March, going through until the 1st of April, we've got Mercury conjuncting Uranus, and that happens in Aries in your 12th house. So you'll start to feel a sense of spiritual strength and possibly even aggression, but the desire to get your way. And it's okay for you to use that power to communicate your needs. This is kind of the backlash to all this Pisces energy that we had, which was all about feelings and dealing with what's come up. You're taking your power back. You're taking charge of your life. So don't hold back on that. Take charge of your life. Feel empowered. Do what it is you want to do. You'll be happier for it. Then at the end of the month, we've got the new moon in Aries also happening in your 12th house of spirituality. So you feel truly empowered here at the end of the month, and you feel like, okay, I have control over my life. What am I interested in? What am I going to start and plan? And how can I use my energy to move things forward and be a leader and to pioneer things? So as the month progresses, you go from this place of emotional passivity and you move into a much stronger sense of power and taking action. So I hope that gives you an idea of what you'll be working with. If you'd like a private reading with me about what's coming up for you in the rest of the year, or you want to look at what's coming up career-wise, in your love life, what's going on with your health or spirituality, or you want to find out what your life purpose is and what you're supposed to be doing, then please get in touch with me for a private reading. Just go to my website, it's gregoryscott.com, click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'll speak to you next month.